Servus from the Pain Cave and welcome back to today's special race. It's the virtual Brompton World Champs held on Zwift's Greater London flat route. Just 17 kilometers and 100 meters of elevation, but don't let that fool you. The pace is usually insane on these Monday 6 p.m. advanced races. So let's take a look at who lined up in this stacked field. Some new names to me, but super strong riders in the likes of Ingo Reichert or Arnaud Charange. Not in the start list, but in the pants was the one and only Jan Iffert. If he shows up, he normally finishes on the podium. And stay tuned for another battle between Teddy and myself. We won't be able to compete for the win, but let's see if we're going to have another epic close finish. All right, let's go. So after Zwift Unlocked, this is this week's ZRacing event held by Zwift. And yeah, you can see the profile is not too hard, but still I'm concerned because I don't know the physics about this like Brompton bike. But I mean, at this point you can see we're going 45 kilometers per hour, so it's fast and probably not realistically going the speed it normally does. So but the pace is already pretty high. You can see we're pushing 5.2, 5.3 watts per kilo. So these guys are cooking something at the front. They're trying to make this hard. That's something. I mean, there's no easy race on Zwift because if the route is easy, they will just take every bump and every kick possible, and yeah, keep up the speed for making it hard. There's some familiar names again this week. Luke Walton is here, our YouTube buddy, and also Gam is here. He's not in the start list, but he also showed up to this race. So nice to see you, man. And we are already having the first kicker here, the first real like orange gradients. And I'm entering this kick here in a good position, right at the front, and then fading a bit, with which was that was the plan. Like it was really high pace, and you can see we hardly went below 4 watts per kilo. It was always kind of trying to fight for position. Everyone wanted to be in the front. It's always better, of course, to be at the front, so you should aim for that, but it always costs a lot of energy because you need to keep fighting for your position. You see attacks at the front, and if you're at the front, of course, you can react a bit faster, and yeah, just be a bit more flexible there at the front. But again, you need to fight for that position. It's like a washing machine. Like there's always guys coming to the front from the back, and you need to keep up the watts so you stay at the front. So I try to kind of fall back in between, like to save some energy, because it was really hard. You can see again we're at 5 watts per kilo. We're here at an average of 292 watts, which is at 4.7 watts per kilo after these first 9 minutes. So there was no time to recover. You can also see the power graph on the bottom, like it's always just like green, red, or yellow, just hardly any blue. And yeah, that was just really tough race, and definitely harder as expected. And also my mate Paul is here. He's doing his first advanced race. You probably have seen him from my outdoor KOM chases this year. So nice to see him in the pan here, and he's doing really good, because that's not an easy race here. Again, Monday 6 p.m. advanced race. That's probably the fastest set racing event of the week. I'm pretty sure it is always. And yeah, again, next attacks at the front. You see the peloton is strung out here at this point. I'm trying to keep on pushing here, getting out of the saddle to push a bit harder to get closer to the front. I'm here in around 30th position. And yeah, it just costs a lot of energy to always get there to the front and stay at the front. I mean, that's the thing. So that's why I try to fall back here in between these attacks to save a bit of energy. But I mean, in these final like 4, 5, 6 kilometers, you should be there at the front, and that's what I'm trying now, because you can see on the profile there's a few bumps coming. So I expected some really big fireworks from the endurance kind of guys who can push really high numbers on 5 to 10 minutes. And I'm trying to stay there with the front so I can maybe follow them. So let's see if they are cooking something spicy here in these bumps before the sprint. And I mean, yeah, it's a flat stage, and this will probably end up in a mass sprint. But still, in these races, these sprints are like at least 1 kilometer long. So it's a long sprint, and this is something I really need to work on. So let's see if I could improve that today and fight with the other guys. So Teddy is just around, it's just next to me. There's also Power right behind me. Luke is also here, so everyone is doing a good race here at this point. Some attacks off the front, but it's really hard to break away from these like big groups, and yeah, just really tough. Also, some other familiar names. Greg is here, Greg Bittner, Polish guy, also really strong. Gregory Whitehead is here, and yeah, you can see, yeah, if Jan Iffert is coming to the front, we are about to reach the decisive segment of the day, and you can see yellow gradients. I'm trying to fight here with more than 5 watts per kilo already for a few seconds to stay there at the front. It's so tough. Everyone wants to be at the front, and you just need to push really high numbers to stay at the front and make it to the front. And getting out of the saddle here, pushing 7 watts per kilo. That's something I trained on. If you follow me for longer, and if you don't follow me yet, make sure to subscribe because we are just close to the 1,000 subscribers. So if you follow me for longer, you know at the beginning it was really hard for me to get out of the saddle for longer, but I'm working on that, and I think I'm getting better at it. And yeah, pace is crazy here, more than 6 watts per kilo at this moment. We are just 1.7 kilometers away from the finish line. Luke is just behind me. I think Teddy is just ahead of me here. He's also in a good position, so that's going to be another close battle. As it seems, he's just ahead of me. 1.4 kilometers to go, and yeah, you just need to push here. You see the peloton is already starting to be strung out again here. I'm pushing 5.4 watts per kilo to just stay there at the front with 1.2 kilometers to go. I still have my aero power up, so that's also good, and I want to keep that for the sprint finish. And yeah, I'm still trying to make up some positions because that's key to have a good position, but it also costs a lot of energy because you can see I'm pushing already 6 watts per kilo with 800 meters to go, trying to get to the front. Gregory Whitehead is also here doing a super strong race, and yeah, I think Jan Iffert is still, I see already off the front, not yet, but there's some guys attacking, going really long. I'm just trying to stay there. Right now, I'm in around 15th position, so that's a good start to, yeah, do the sprint. Greg Bittner is just behind me, also really strong race from him. And now we are on the final 400 meters. I'm trying to get out of the saddle. You know that you need to push like 8 to 10 watts per kilo really early, but I know I was so cooked already, pushing here with 220 meters to go, getting out of the saddle. One last sprint, but they're already gone. Like it was a bit too late, and I have nothing left here. Trying to push like 800 watts, that was the maximum. But you can see, new 5-minute PB for me, finishing in 17th place, pushing 4.9 watts per kilo. This time, Daddy was behind me. He betrayed me, finishing very close to Luke this time. So they are finishing in 35th and 36th position. Paul, my friend, in 38th position in his first advanced race, finishing with the group. Really strong. And yeah, 17th place for me is really satisfying. That was a super strong and stacked field. So absolutely happy with that result. And it was, I mean, this graph doesn't really show how hard this race was, except for the wee ball, which I kind of emptied completely in that final sprint. But it was just steady, high pace, and yeah, no time to recover. And this is really satisfying to see new PBs for me for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 8 minutes, and 10 minutes, pushing my 5-minute PB. That's something, yeah, that's like the most important because, you know, this is like the time that is most crucial on Zwift because most climbs are like around 5 to 6 minutes. So having a new 5-minute PB also makes me confident for the next race, which will be the ZRL. So let's see how I can perform there. Form is definitely there, so let's see what I can do there. So that was the race, absolutely cooked at the end, but so worth it. Those PBs from 3 to 10 minutes were wild. Good show of form for next race, ZRL, race 3 in London. So if you enjoyed this one, please give it a thumbs up, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Are you doing the Brompton World Champs too? I'd love to hear how your race went. See you in the next one. Cheers and ride on.